We do have, one last dying hope. I feel like we have to talk about Watson one last time.
Oh, about Watson? Okay.
Yeah. So the real question is, everyone is still talking about Watson. Will he get traded? Will he not? His coach, that's like his outside of the Texans, like his trainer, has been calling for him to be traded, saying that what does he need to do to be traded, essentially. Realistically, at this point, we've seen a lot of dominoes fall. The Colts are solved. The Rams, not that they'd have any chance at Watson, they're solved too. Is there any realistic scenario in which the Bears can open up week one with Deshaun Watson at quarterback?
Realistically, I mean, I don't really think so at this point. I'm just don't even know if he's going to get traded at this point. I mean, he's been pushing so hard to get out, so it'd kind of be odd if he doesn't, because he'd obviously be playing, or maybe not even playing. He'd be very begrudgingly be a Houston Texan. Mm-hmm. But it seems like that front office has very little motivation to get it done. I mean, obviously, they don't want to ship off their franchise quarterback that they just extended. I think that, it's going to need to be a very intriguing offer. He's gonna pull some decent value. We've known this from the start. At this point, though, to be on the positive side, there are less, contenders out there for him. I mean, we kind of keep seeing, as more and more of these pieces get put into place, I mean, the field is getting whittled down. So now the main competition would certainly be the 49ers. I think they'd be the only other team that could really put together a push like the Bears could.
All right, guys, really quickly before we continue with the show, we have to let you know that this podcast is supported by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, and they obsess over their technology developments. They're trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, and we have an exclusive offer code for our listeners, 20% off plus free shipping using code BEARNECESSITIES, no space, at manscaped.com. Manscaped sent both Reese and I over a bunch of their tools and formulations from their Perfect Package 3.0. And guys, Manscaped is a great company. They wanted us to wait until we try the products to give you guys our honest opinion. And it is a very good product. They have no-nick technology and a little LED light, which helps you get the job done a little bit easier. Both Reese and I have really enjoyed the Lawnmower 3.0 so far, and we're looking forward to trying a lot of their other products. The underwear that they sent us in the box too has been spectacular, and if you guys are into athletics or go to the gym frequently, highly recommend those as well. And guys, really quickly, if you use the same razor on your face as below the waist, guys, that's a little bit nasty. Try to pick up something specifically engineered for that below the waist region with the Lawnmower 3.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BEARNECESSITIES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping using code BEARNECESSITIES at manscaped.com. Make sure you check how to spell that in the description. That's going to support the podcast tremendously. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Potentially the Jets, of course. He wasn't going to go to the Colts anyway because that's in division. We knew that.
He wouldn't go to the Rams.
He wouldn't go yeah. Why not though? That's totally out of conference.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't go to the Rams because they didn't have a first-round pick this year. Is the reason why.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That'd be like the 2030 first-round pick they'd be trying to trade it. Yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah, he wasn't going to go to the Rams anyway. But at the same time, you do have to feel a little bit better that, there are just less people in the field. I'm just not convinced a deal is going to get done. I don't know when a deal will get done if it does. I mean, it seems like if it doesn't get done before the draft, it has to be very unlikely that it's going to happen at all. And just with the pace that it's moving, all these other kind of quarterback trades that we've seen, they've picked up very quickly and have gotten solved in a pretty rapid manner of time. I mean, Wentz took far longer than Stafford did, but this offseason has been producing, a fair amount of moves, and it just seems like the Deshaun Watson situation isn't really quite following the trend.
Yeah, it's such a weird situation. Here, I don't think the Texans are going to trade him either at this point. I've completely switched my opinion. Mainly because what really is there for the Houston Texans to lose by not trading him this season. Like, he's 25 years old. It's not like he's going to lose value. It's not like he's aging. If they just test the waters and let him sit out a year, next offseason, he's going to have just as much trade value. And then they'll also have a lot more clarity as to their pick, because they actually have a pick next year. They know they're going to be trash. They might have the number 1 overall pick. So then they're in the best case scenario for them, where they know that they're going to have a guy that they can probably get with that number 1 overall pick. And they can still get a king's ransom for Deshaun Watson. And that's predicated if Watson is even bold enough to sit out an entire season, which I don't know that that's necessarily true. Because out of all the players that have said they would, only Le'Veon Bell and Trent Williams, to recent memory, are the only 2 players that I know of that have actually sat out an entire season to get traded.
Yeah, I mean, most players...
They'll say
try
they
holding
will,
out for a couple of weeks. I mean, I know Melvin Gordon, when he was on the Chargers, did about like 4 weeks. Then he's like, I'm going to come back. And then he was basically trash for that year at least. But yeah, I mean, you usually don't see anyone go the distance. I mean, I think, yeah, Le'Veon Bell was certainly the first one to do it. And then, yeah, Trent Williams, of course.
And it's one of those things. It's like they have nothing to lose. And then it's an easier sell to the fan base. They saw a terrible Texans team. They saw what it's like without Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's still willing to hold out. It's like you can prove to the fan base that this is completely out of your control. And, I think that might just be worth it for the Houston Texans organization. But then again, who knows? This is the NFL. Crazier stuff has happened.
Hey guys, like our video, subscribe, and check out our bi-weekly podcasts on Apple Podcasts. Thanks.